Three, two, one. Podcast is go.
Hello and welcome to Hesitation Station, your Hortation destination for everything weird and wacky. I'm New, and I'm joined today for the third time in a row by iBuur.
Yes, hello.
How are you, iBuur? Doing good?
Yes, good, yes.
That's good. Anything interesting happened the last 2 weeks? Because for me, the beginning of this week was actually pretty hectic, at least in my terms.
No, nothing interesting, no.
Well, I kind of wish it was the same for me. So, the beginning of this week, right, Monday was my birthday. So that was good. But then a million things also followed that. So Monday was my birthday. I wake up as I usually do to get to work about 5:40. Leave the house. Start driving to work. Get to a stop sign. Pull out of it, and all of a sudden my car is making a very loud engine noise. I'm like, oh, great. So...
Wait, what did it sound like?
Before
was it like...
Was...
or was it like...
it was just... It was more of just like a... Like it was just like the engine.
That's just a regular
loud.
engine noise. I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, it was a lot louder than usual. Like it sounded essentially like a little bit of a spoiler here. It sounded like the muffler wasn't working right.
Excuse me, spoiler.
So, I end up calling my parents. I have to bring the car all the way back to my house. I'm already like halfway to my job, so I have to turn around, go all the way back. I take my mom's car, and so I drive to work, whatever. I end up being like a minute late. I don't think they really care, but still kind of unfortunate. I think that's the first time I've ever been late to my job. Usually I'm there like 10-15 minutes beforehand. So I go through the day, and then when I leave work, I have to go rush to the pharmacy to get my second dose of the COVID shot. I'm used to shots like kind of hurting a bit. The COVID shot is like that. Like it doesn't even hurt.
I mean, it's just this one's like a regular needle. I can't remember, but there's some that's like the super thick ones, and that's for like I don't know, like hepatitis or something. I can't remember, but it's like, yeah, no, like some of them have like the really thick needles, and it's like, wow, big stick in my arm.
Like last month, I got a meningitis second vaccine, and that one, after I got that, I couldn't use my arm for a good 3 days. Luckily, the COVID shot was just like slightly hurt the next day. I just felt a little bit tired the next day. I lucked out. I did not get any of the heavy symptoms that other people have gotten.
I also did not get any of the heavy symptoms when I got my second shot. The first time around, I didn't get anything. So I was like, bruh, kind of lame.
Out of curiosity, awesome. Which one did you get?
AstraZeneca. No, I didn't. No, I got the funny Pfizer.
I got that one as well. So maybe that's like the good one or something.
I might go back for a third shot. Get all the brands. The Johnson Johnson, the AstraZeneca, become like Superman or something.
Gotta catch them all. It's like Pokemon. But what was I saying?
You were talking about second shot.
Right. So I got the second shot. That wasn't too bad. I had to rush home after that to actually upload to my university saying that I got the second shot, because that was the deadline for getting your vaccine for my school. Same exact day.
Nice.
So, luckily, got that all in, and I'm all set now. And then the next day, so on that day, because it was my birthday, my license also expired. So I had to I found that out actually a couple of days beforehand because some scammer like gave me a text saying like, "Oh, you need to put in your license information here to do something. I forget what." And so the scammer inadvertently reminded me that, oh wait, no, my license is actually expiring soon.
You are bad guy, but you are not bad guy.
Yep. You know, he tried to be like an awful person, but in the end he really helped me out. So Mr. Scammer, thank you so much, because that could have been very bad had I not remembered that my license was expiring. Unfortunately, the closest date I could get for a DMV was the day after it expired, and it was on the other side of the state. All of the DMVs near me were completely backed up until like September. And there's no way I was waiting that long. So I was like, okay, whatever, I'll drive the hour, which I know for some people isn't a lot, but for me, that is a lot.
Wait, so is it not just walking, like you actually have to book an
now
appointment?
you actually have to book an appointment. Which, it's good and bad. You don't have to wait as long as you usually would, I don't think. Or at least you don't have to get there at the crack of dawn, wait in a giant line just for a ticket.
Well, I mean, for me, it's just kind of like there's only one in like a 100-kilometer radius anyway, so it's just walking.
Oh.
So, pretty awesome.
So yeah, I ended up going for the Tuesday, and the shot made me a little bit tired. Like, I just didn't catch enough sleep, so that wasn't very fun. I actually had to leave work early that day because my appointment was at like 1:45, and I had to drive an hour away. So I left at 12 that day, drove an hour away, and when I got there, it turned out that the stuff I had brought for proof of address could not be used for that because it needed a date, and the mail that I brought did not have a date. So I had to text my parents to text me some images of things that could be used for proof of address. And then I had to email it to the DMV place. So that was a big hassle. Then I had to wait like an entire hour after my appointment time just to get up to the counter. I eventually was able to get my... It's called a Real ID. It's a new thing they're doing where it's like a state ID and a license in one. So I was able to get that. That's why I had to actually go there, because I was getting a different kind of ID. I wasn't just renewing a license. And so yeah, that was my 2 days of this week that were extremely hectic, at least for me. From what I usually do. I usually just go to work and then go back home.
Well, the only interesting that happened... wow, those are words. Only interesting that happened thing today, I got to work, and there was a salamander in the sink.
Oh.
Yeah, so... Pretty
It was
bonkers.
just a salamander in this... How did it get there?
Dude, the drains, I don't know. It was just in the sink when I got there, so I don't know. Pretty awesome,
I'm scared
though.
that like a salamander is just gonna like pop up through the toilet or something.
It's a possibility.
Imagine you're just trying to use the bathroom and a salamander comes shooting up, hits you right on the butt.
Nice.
That doesn't sound very fun to me. Have you seen other animals like just hanging around inside your work?
No, that was the first time. They usually just stay outside, but this is the first time I see one inside the building, and this is like a water treatment plant, so
I guess salamanders do like water.
kind of sussy. That, whoa, guys, why does the water taste kind of fishy? Maybe because it comes from a lake. I don't know. Yeah, but we had people complain about the water tasting like kind of crusty or whatever. But like the thing is, it's been really hot here like the whole summer. Like, this is the first summer where it's been, like, above 30 degree, which is, like, 90 degrees Fahrenheit, like, all summer. So the water is going to be warmer than it usually is. So
Yeah, and it's
it's
probably
going to taste
like
different. It's going to taste like,
growing bacteria a little bit.
yeah. And then people are like, "Ooh, you guys," or, well, I don't do the treatment, but the people I work with do. So, like, "Oh, you guys, not doing anything to the water and you're making it taste kind of crusty even though the plant is fully automated. Like, what are you doing?" Like, okay, well, water's warmer than usual and comes from a lake, so of course it's gonna
Now,
taste kind
is
of
it
funky.
is it like the bacteria is adding the taste, or is it the chemicals that are being used to combat the bacteria adding the taste? Like, is it a chemical taste or like a earthy taste? I'm wondering.
I don't know because I don't drink tap water, and when I do, it doesn't taste funky at my house. So, like, the station by my house that distributes water here isn't getting the bad water, I guess. I don't know where the bad water is coming from because I haven't tasted, like, crusty tap water
This
so
conversation is
far.
getting me thirsty. But yeah, like my tap water here is actually pretty good. Although I will say something that's interesting is that the tap water here does your tap water ever go like stale?
Like, if you leave it out, or just, like, one day you turn on the sink and it's all of a sudden, like, doesn't taste good or whatever. I don't know.
For some reason, if I just leave water out like uncovered, it'll have like a stale taste to it after a bit.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it does that. It does that.
The weird thing is, I went to someone's house and they didn't have that problem. So I don't know if it's like they're using different chemicals in the water that just make it taste better, even if you're like leaving it out, or if it's like there's something in the air that's dropping into my water at my house. I don't know. I kind of want to find that out.
See, I don't know why people complain about the water here, like, about it tasting crusty. Like, be fortunate that it's not Flint, Michigan water. Like, be fortunate that it's not brown water. It's all potable because it's all regulated to the specifications of, like, the water quality control of the province or whatever. So it's all up to standards. But people are just being like, "Ooh, it tastes a little bit too much chlorine today. I wonder, what are you guys doing over there?" It's like, "Ooh, maybe it tastes more chlorine because the water is hotter than it is in the springtime. Maybe, I don't know. I don't really know how water works. I've only kind of, like, small understanding of what goes into the water and what it does."
I do know, like, in hotter climates, they have to add more chlorine and whatnot in order to combat the bacteria, because otherwise it'll get people sick.
Yeah, it's really all just about balancing the pH. Like, it comes to a filter first. They add in powder activated carbon to I think it's bring down the pH. I can't remember, and then it's filtered again, and then a bunch of other stuff is added, like chlorine and acids, to balance the pH to, like, 8.3. So, like, regular pH or whatever. And then it's safe to drink, I guess.
Huh. You know, it's those things that you just never think about. Like, where does the water in my sink come from? It's weird. So I have, like, a water... it's like an underground reservoir not too far from my house. But the city doesn't get water from it. We get water from elsewhere. I'm not exactly sure why. But, you know what? I'm not complaining. It tastes pretty good. So, maybe there's a reason.
Do you have any, like, major lakes in Rhode Island or whatever?
I know that there's a couple of lakes that are used for water supplies. I don't know about if they're major or not, though.
Well, yeah, no, because usually, like, the water, it comes from,
Yeah.
like, lakes and stuff. Well, at least where I live, it comes from a lake that they built, like, 100-something years ago.
Oh, so it's like a man-made lake.
Yeah, but it's, like, huge, too. I don't know.
So speaking of work stuff, I work in, like, medical facility, or not medical facility, but a manufacturing facility for making medical parts. And I've been using an interesting machine as of late. It's called a hone extruder or something like that. And basically it squeezes a putty-like substance through pipes in order to round the edges and get rid of like any excess material. It's definitely a weird technology that, until I actually saw it, I would not ever think it was an actual thing that existed. And I've been doing that for the past couple weeks now. The people there like to joke around and say that that's the Play-Doh machine. Guess I just play with Play-Doh all day.
Nice. Wish I could play with Play-Doh all day.
Not this Play-Doh. This stuff will stain your clothes and gets everywhere. But, actual Play-Doh, I would take that, I like Play-Doh. Have you seen Play-Doh in a while? I've not seen it since I was 5.
Yeah, I haven't really seen it around, and I haven't really seen it in stores either, to be honest. It's kind of like it still exists, but I don't see it, I just don't see it anymore, if that makes sense.
Maybe it's just that we're not looking, but I feel like I don't see Play-Doh anymore.
It's kind of just it's like a passive thing. If you don't think about it, you don't see it or whatever, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I totally get that. I can still distinctly remember the smell of Play-Doh.
Yeah. Chemically smell.
It's a smell that you can never forget, I feel like. Are there any other smells that you have that are like that, where you just can't forget them?
Well, yeah, there's a couple smells. One that comes to mind is, bleach.
Yeah, you know what? You're right. It's hard to forget the smell of bleach. It stays there for a while. Burns a few hairs on the way, too.
Yeah.
There's one smell that I remember. It's a weird one from, my childhood. It's the smell of young children where, they smell of just, I guess, Fruit Loops?
Whoa. Calm down.
No, I just remember from childhood just, going to people's houses and it smells like a weird sweetness like Fruit Loops or something.
Okay, yeah, that's fair. I don't know, when I go to other people's houses, they always smell, funky. I don't know, it's just kind of your own house has, no smell, and other people's houses have, smell. That makes sense?
Yeah, I think that's, some kind of phenomenon where you get so used to a smell that your mind just blocks it out.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you've been gone, away from your house long enough, and then you go back, it kind of has, a smell.
Yeah.
Right? But, for me, I've probably been gone from my house for, 2-3 weeks at one point, and I came back, and it was odd because it still smelled normal. It didn't smell like anything, which I was like, whoa. And then yet I leave for 2 days, and I come back, and it smells like smell or whatever, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I totally get that.
What about tastes? What about, tastes and stuff? Is there any, tastes that you vividly remember?
There's some taste that I'll taste every so often. I think it's, just, burnt ash or something, where I'll forget about it. Or, something with, No, it's not burnt ash. It's, something with fudge brownies, where it's, some weird taste that comes from certain old, cold fudge brownies. I don't know how to describe it. But it's something that I'll taste occasionally, and I'll be like, I know that taste.
Actually, wait, what's, the worst taste? You know what?
What is the worst taste?
Because for me, it would be... This happened, 2 weeks ago. No, not 2 weeks ago. Maybe a month ago when I started my job. We're cleaning, the screens that filter out the lake water. I just get, a mouthful of lake scum.
Oh.
It's just a bunch of, algae and, stuff from lake. I don't know, whatever is in the lake. But, yeah, it was just, a mouthful of lake scum. And, yeah, not a great taste.
Oh, no, I bet. Ugh. Yeah, I can't think of any tastes. I think I just kind of blocked most of the bad tastes out of my memory. I do remember that a couple of days ago, I was making breakfast. I was making a sandwich, and I went to grab some bread, and just to double check if it was okay, I smelled it, and it smelled really earthy, and then I checked, and sure enough, there was some mold growing on it, so that was an interesting smell, anyways, that happened recently.
Oh, speaking about moldy bread, yeah. So I was at school eating my sandwich, and
Oh, no.
the bread was moldy. I was like, why does this sandwich taste kind of funky? So I ate the whole sandwich, and I go home and I look at the loaf of bread, and just like one half of the side of the bread is just all mold down the one side. I'm like, oh,
Oh, no.
So I ended up eating like some moldy bread, and I didn't even realize because it on my sandwich I couldn't see it. Like I just didn't see it because I probably took a bite of the mold first. I'm like, tastes kind of funky.
Were you okay after? Did you have any side effects?
No, I didn't. Like I was lucky enough not to die. So
Maybe you got the good bread mold that, I don't know.
I don't know. Like I mean, it didn't taste that funky. Like I just kept eating the sandwich. I'm like, it might just be like a different sandwich spread or something that was using on the sandwich.
I was gonna say maybe it was like penicillin or something, but no, that's fruit, not bread.
No, that's medicine, not fruit.
No, you penicillin was first found from moldy fruit, I believe.
Oh, okay.
And then after they realized and were able to extract it, it turned into an actual medicine. Or at least it was a chemical created by the mold. Hello, Future New here to say that molds that produce penicillin can grow on both bread and fruit, and that the properties of penicillin was actually first discovered while sorting through petri dishes.
Interesting.
But yeah, luckily I didn't eat any moldy bread, although I did, like a couple weeks ago, buy some cookies that my dad thinks the eggs in it or something were bad, but I didn't realize at the time, and I ate like almost a whole bag of them. My stomach did not enjoy them, but they tasted fine to me.
Wouldn't the cookies taste like... I was about to ask, wouldn't they taste like bad or something?
I mean, they tasted okay to me, but, maybe I just have a bad taste in cookies. I don't know.
They might have just tasted like stale or something. I don't know. I don't know what old eggs taste like.
Me neither. Luckily, I don't tend to eat bad food often.
Yeah, really ate moldy cheese, moldy apple, moldy bread. I just got lucked out so many times. Like I just don't see it on the thing, and I'd eat it. I'm like, it tastes kind of funky. I just finished eating it, and I realized, like, oh, it was moldy. I was like, crap.
I do have a bad taste that I remember now. We used to have one of those jugs that you could put like fruit and stuff in to make those fruit water things. I guess we just left it too long, and I went to take a sip, and it just tasted wrong. Like, more bitter than usual, I guess. So, that was not particularly fun. It wasn't, like, super awful, but it definitely was not orange flavored like it was supposed to be.
Nice.
Have you ever had, do you have one of those water things? Like, I know they're usually at, like, spas and stuff.
No, I don't have one of those water things.
Have you ever seen them around?
Like, what do you mean by water things?
Like it's like a giant, it's like a water dispenser, but you can put fruit in it to flavor the water.
I mean, I have a regular water dispenser, but I don't have one that you can put fruit in it. Oh, you mean just like a giant jug that you can put stuff in, and then it just has a tap at the bottom?
Yeah, exactly that.
Yeah, I've seen those at like hotels with like lemonade and stuff, but that's about it.
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely like those. But, boy, not when the fruit's bad.
Oh, speaking about hotels, have you ever had like hotel cookies?
Hotel cookies? What is that?
Like, in the lobby of a hotel, they'll have like a table and they'll have like a jug of water with like ice and lemons and fruit and stuff in it, and then they have like cookies or whatever.
I don't think I have.
Okay, well, next time you see cookies at a hotel, I'll just say they're really good. Like hotel cookies hit really different for some reason. Like I know they're store bought, but they're just really good.
Is it like sugar cookies or chocolate chip or what
No,
kind?
it's like they have like some hotels have like an assortment, but usually it's just like chocolate chip cookies, but they're never like dried out, which is the thing, which is why they're so good.
Yeah, I don't like dried out crusty cookies. I like it when they're nice and soft and
Yeah, so before we leave the hotel, I would just take like a bunch of cookies and just put them in my pocket and then go.
My family is more of a motel family than a hotel family.
Okay.
So, unfortunately, motels don't really have cookies, although also I don't think I'd trust a motel cookie.
I would not trust a motel cookie.
That sounds scary.
It just kind of sounds like they would have roofies in it, and the next thing you know, you wake up in like a dumpster, and yeah.
Yeah, kids, don't eat the motel cookies.
I mean, like, the reason why I don't like motels is because they always, to me, like, most of my experiences in motels, they always smell like smoke. You know what I mean? Like, do you ever just go into a motel room and kind of just, like, has this, like, smoky smell to it?
I don't think so. Well, no, yeah, I see, like a cigarette-y kind of smell.
Yeah, I mean, I must just be me lucking out all the time with motels, but most of the time it's kind of like a little bit of cigarette-y smell in it.
Yeah, I guess you do get that. Yeah. Although, speaking of motels, this episode is not sponsored by Creepy Membership.
With Creepy Membership, Motel Membership, you can hire someone to spy on you in your room while you're sleeping. Have you ever felt alone and just needed that extra kick of adrenaline at night? Creepy Membership is definitely for you. Our employees are of the best CIA-trained spy intelligence branch agents that you will ever meet in your life. In fact, you won't even meet them in your life because they are the creeps in the shadows.
Yes, that old man that was watching you down the hall, that's one of our guys.
In no other room-staying place can you have Creepy Membership. Creepy Membership is motel exclusive only.
So you better order now before motels get bought out. Just order at 1-800-CREEPY-MEMBERSHIP and use coupon code Hesitation Station for 10% off.
And remember, kids, so don't smoke. Like the motels, you might find some cigarettes on the floor, in the rooms. I did once, multiple times, so just, don't pick it up. You don't want to experience the nicotine buzz.
Yeah, as we've said previously on the podcast, no smoking. Smoking bad. Don't do. You will die. Not because of Creepy Membership, but because of the cigarettes. One time I was at a motel, and we actually ended up seeing a bear outside, just digging through the trash.
A beer.
A bear.
Oh, a bear. Okay.
Sorry, my accent. Bear rhymes with it's the same for the drink, the animal, and the hands.
I don't think the animal and the drink is spelled the same.
Well, no, they're not. Neither is the hands. They're all spelled wait. Yeah, no, they're all spelled different.
They're all spelled differently. There's BEER, BAREBEAR.
Yeah, but with my accent, they're pronounced all the same.
Oh yeah, so I saw this beer drinking a beer, and he was holding the beer with his beer hands.
Exactly. That happens to me all the time down here. But one time I was in Alaska, and we were on a trail. We were on a cruise, and we went off onto a trail, and there was all this stuff on the trees. We weren't quite sure what it was. It was just like stuff hanging. My mom decided to Google it, And at first she was like convincing herself it was some kind of moss. Go to find out that nope, it's bear fur, because we were going in Alaska in the spring, and the bears were coming out of hibernation and scratching all over the trees, so there's bear fur everywhere. Luckily we didn't run into a bear on the trail, because that could have been very bad.
Yeah, springtime is not the greatest time to go, especially in like North America, because that's when all the bears start to come out, and it's not fun, because then there's just a bunch of bears in one spot, and then you go to that spot and whoops.
Do you know how to like not die in a bear attack? I've heard you're supposed to like bop the snout and like go for the eyes and be loud, but I'm not sure how well that works.
I don't think bopping the snout will do anything.
You just give a little bop, and the bear goes ouchie and just runs away. You won't get my picnic baskets.
I think that only works for sharks. I don't think the same rule applies to bears.
You know what? Maybe
though.
It is sharks. When are we gonna get?
It's sharks.
I'm waiting for shark-bear hybrids. When are we gonna get those?
What do you call it? A share or a bark? Okay, a bark.
Yes. Barknado. Yes. Not only can they swim, they can now climb up trees. What made up animal do you wish existed?
Griffins.
You know, that would be pretty cool. For me, let me think. What's a good animal? I guess... You know, I almost want to say something, like, really cool, like a dragon or a hydra, but I know I would just die.
Oh, man. Why did they say dragon? Dragons are cool, too.
Well, yeah, but they would kill me very easily.
I mean...
And, like,
I
destroy
guess, yeah.
houses. I don't really want that. So maybe we'll just go with, like, a unicorn. Although, then again,
It's
those...
It's kind of lame. You can just stick a horn on a horse. Boom, unicorn. You can't make a griffin, like, it's like a half bird, something else, eagle, something else, horse. I
What
don't
about a
even know.
sphinx, then? Like, that seems pretty cool. They just ask you riddles. I guess, do they kill you if you don't answer the riddle right?
Aren't sphinx just cats, but like
No,
black?
they have human faces.
You can just go to Egypt.
Well, yeah, but those ones don't give you riddles.
Oh, I mean, you can decipher like the text in the wall.
Do they have text in the wall that are riddles?
Maybe. I couldn't tell you. I've never been there.
It sounds Egypt seems like a cool place to visit.
It'd be cooler if you could climb the pyramids, but it's not legal.
I wonder
so-
how many people have climbed the pyramids in history. Probably a decent number. Like, especially before it was a protected site. Or has it just always been a protected site? I don't know.
I feel like it might have always been like a protected site, although I'm not too sure on that either.
Like, maybe in the Dark Ages? But yeah, I think a sphinx would be at least an interesting creature to bring into the real world. I wonder what a sphinx in the modern era would guard. Maybe banks?
You know, I have this image of what a sphinx looks like in my head, but I can't actually. I'm gonna look it up.
It's just like a cat thing with a face.
These already exist, though.
What do you mean they already exist?
It's just a hairless cat. What do you mean they already exist?
No.
Yeah, they do. They do. Look it up. They're just hairless cats.
Not a...
I knew it sounded familiar.
No, the Sphinx, a mythological creature with a lion's body and a human head.
Oh, we're talking
like
about...
a Giza
Oh.
Sphinx. Not a Sphinx breed of cat.
No, I kind of thought we were talking about, like, animals, but I guess...
I mean, that's an animal, right?
Yeah, technically it is. Okay, no, that makes sense. Yeah, like it's kind of like a off-brand griffin minus the eagle head.
Instead of an eagle,
okay,
it's a human head.
It's just a human head.
I find it funny how media will often depict the pyramids as this empty desert, nothing around, but in reality, there's like 2 giant cities right nearby.
They're not even like that far away. You can probably see them from the pyramids, I think. I don't
No,
know.
yeah, you definitely can. I think there's just like 1 or 2 angles where you don't see a city, and those are the angles they always shoot at, or they CGI the city out. But movies really do love to paint pictures of places that just it's not how the the world is at all. It's great.
All right, guys, this has been Hesitation Station, and have a good day.
Yes, have a good day.